Look, the hype train continues, and I'm leery. Again, we try to be responsible, and we're not always that. But when you have more and more people doing this, damn it, we're going to talk about it. Dave Burkett, in his observations from yesterday's practice, wrote the following. It would be an upset at this point, I think, if Malcolm Rodriguez does not start week 1.
So, Doug, we went from Tuesday night watching Hard Knocks going, well, this guy might start.
Yep.
To now it's an upset if he's not in the opening lineup.
It sounds as though that is the new expectation, is that in the 6th round, the Lions drafted a starting linebacker. Now, does it speak to the talent in the room? Probably. We all know that. It's confirming what we had somewhat suspected. It is just another day and another layer stacked on top of hype for Rodrigo. But, I seriously said, okay, it's gone from, okay, will this guy contribute? Will this guy play meaningful snaps on defense? Whoa, this guy might start. Now it's an upset if he doesn't. You know what I did today? I logged on to my FanDuel account, went to the awards section.
Oh, no, Doug.
Just to see, okay?
Yeah.
If there were odds put out on Rodrigo to win Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Listen, the way this is escalating, I mean.
Well, and it's not because, you know me, right? I mean, like a dollar on somebody who's 500 to 1, sure, I'll do that. But there's not yet, just for the record. There are odds on Kirby Joseph and Josh Pascal to win defensive. Hutch is 6 to 1 to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Josh Pascal's 100 to 1. Kirby Joseph is 200 to 1. I mean,
and Rodriguez is off the board.
He is not on the board yet.
With the way this is going, Doug.
But I brought it up, and the response we got from Kang surprised me. Kang, you were like, well, if.
I think it's 100 tackles.
But if a guy's going to start in the middle of an NFL defense as a rookie.
That's why I said there's a path now. The biggest obstacle for winning any award, really, or especially a Rookie of the Year award, right? Whether it's offense or defense, is you got to see the field. You got to get on the field. You got to get playing time, real significant playing time. Rodriguez is going to be a starter. Then he's already overcome that big obstacle. Now it's just rack up the numbers.
Yep.
So that's why I see the path. I mean, you don't expect a 6th round pick to come in and start at middle linebacker right away when they went out and signed veterans. Jarrett Davis, whatever you think of him, you would think he'd have the leg up. Chris Board, I know he was a special teamer in Baltimore, but he's been in this league. Who's the other guy that they Derek Barnes was here last year ahead of him. You'd think he'd be ahead of him.
They intentionally brought back Anzalone. I mean, they wanted to find starters not in the 6th round. And here they are with a starter from the 6th round.
I think eventually you want him to be a starter, but I didn't know it was going to happen right away.
So let me be clear on this too. This is not anything other than, okay, what's a good value bet? And if he is going to start, he'll likely pile up some stats. I mean, the middle linebacker position gets some stats. He gets some stats. So I think it could be an interesting value play. That's all I'm saying. I'm not predicting anything. Am I getting carried away? I guess that's up for you to judge. But the dude is Dave Burkett is saying it'll be an upset if he doesn't start. Did you see the highlight going around when it was a goal line situation and he dropped Jonathan Taylor for a 4-yard loss? He flying through, shot out of a cannon into the backfield. Actually, I'm not even sure he made the tackle. He slowed him up, spun him around, and then he ran out. He kind of stumbled out of camera. So, reading the accounts of the practice, though, it sounds like he did get credit with that tackle. It's a hell of a find for them. Or they're so bad. So bad in linebacker.
The answer is probably a little bit of both at this point. I feel like if he is a quality NFL starter, that's a big deal. Him starting on this team doesn't prove that. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the deal, is he's going to have to actually play well in the games.
Yeah.
Like the regular season games. Like starting over guys who are running themselves out of plays.
Yeah.
That's what I just keep reminding myself. Like, okay, pump the brakes. He's starting. That doesn't mean he is a quality NFL player. He's starting on a bad linebacking core.
Here's more from Dave Burkett again, and if you just flipped your radio on, it would be an upset at this point. I think if Malcolm Rodriguez does not start Week 1. Rodriguez had a tackle for loss on a first and goal play from the 6 when he shot like a lightning bolt through the line. Rodriguez will endure a few growing pains. He got caught in a scrum of blockers on a bubble screen in team drills Thursday, but he already looks like the best playmaker in the Lions linebacking core. I mean, we talk about it all the time, guys making plays. You gotta. There's just something to be said for having a player that makes some plays. Amani Owarie last year made plays for them. Now, I went back and looked at all the interceptions. 4 of them kind of fell in the breadbasket, like somebody else tipped it and it went right to him. I think there were 2 of them they made great plays on. One was against the Bears. He made a great coverage interception in the end zone. Another one was a diving pickoff, I think Kyler Murray. But there were a few others where he was kind of right place, right time. But, I mean, that's part of it, too, is you just have to be there. And then, oh, by the way, and this always sounds easy. The ball gets tipped, it's coming right to you. Then you have to catch it, which sounds easy, but often doesn't happen. So if Rodrigo is just a playmaking linebacker, that's fantastic. Fantastic news for them.